Alright, so how is everybody doing today? Today we're going to be talking about wind release. So, coming off of the hinges of the fire and lightning videos, this video might make wind release seem a bit underwhelming because it's easily the most simple of the 5 basic nature transformations. But that doesn't make it bad. I personally think wind release is pretty cool, but that's irrelevant. Let's get to talking about it now. One thing worth noting about wind release is that Kakashi and Yamato both agreed that it's pretty rarely seen. I'm not sure if they meant in the Land of Fire specifically, or in the entire ninja world, but regardless, it's most commonly seen among shinobi in the Land of Wind, or more specifically, in the village hidden in the sand. Wind ninjutsu are often performed by a person forcing their chakra to become incredibly thin and, by extension, incredibly sharp. Most of the time, these techniques are meant to be employed in mid to close range combat, but there are a good number of examples of long range wind jutsu present in the series as well. Since chakra needs to be made sharp before a wind jutsu can be performed, wind release techniques typically deal a lot of cutting damage as you'd expect. Regardless of the scale of the technique, a wind release jutsu will typically always cut up anything in its path. Whether it's a tiny projectile or a massive gust of wind, pretty much anything it comes into contact with is getting cut to shreds. Also, since wind is just air moving really fast in a particular direction, wind release techniques can be used to redirect or outright reflect other projectiles in ninjutsu. Also, since wind jutsu are so good at cutting things, it's very easy to combine wind chakra with a blade to increase that blade's cutting power by a massive amount. Asuma's chakra blades are a very good example, as they can cut through pretty much anything that he wants them to, with no problems whatsoever. While blades are a good tool for enhancing close-up wind release combat, fans are an incredible tool for enhancing long-range wind release combat. While this only happens in the games, Madara and Obito are both capable of using their gunbai fan to augment their wind release techniques, and Tamari's entire combat style revolves around using a fan in conjunction with wind release techniques. As I already established in the fire and lightning release videos, wind is strong against lightning but weak against fire. While there have been no cases displayed of a wind release technique overpowering a fire release technique that weren't in filler anyway, it is possible for a lightning release technique with intense enough vibrations to pierce through a sufficiently weak wind release technique. When in the hands of somebody capable of accessing more than one nature transformation, wind is typically used in conjunction with either fire or water. Wind works well with fire because it fans any flames that it comes into contact with. This increases the size and destructive power of a mass of fire, and just leads to a more powerful jutsu. As far as water release goes, wind jutsu can be used to increase the concussive power of a body of water that they come into contact with, which can increase the destructive capacity and overall effectiveness of a water release technique. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to wind release. Next week is water release. Catch you guys later, everybody. Suikage out. Bye.
Get back here, Majin Buu. I will destroy you.